Here we are on my balcony again, having a little chat. I think we'll call these the balcony babblings because I like alliteration. So I did a video the other day about how when I finally committed to the bodybuilding contest, how the universe decided to test if I really wanted that. And so, I all of a sudden, less than 24 hours later, dealing with COVID and now dealing with biopsies for the C word, as you can tell right here, and which leads me to my point, multiple points, and we'll see we'll see how I get through this. If I can get through this without excessive babbling, because I think the point is super important. And I'll illustrate that with a story from my life, because just like your life, my life revolves around me, right? It's the only frame of reference I have. But I hope me talking about this story will maybe apply to certain things that you might be dealing with at this point in time. It was December 2nd, 4 days before my birthday, December 2nd, 2022, when my entire life just crumbled right in front of me. And it started with, after my wife at the time, now ex-wife, being sick for a very long time, mentally ill. She had spent the previous probably 6 to 8 weeks in psychosis, full-blown psychosis, full disconnection with reality, and seeing entities, having conversations with entities, going into violent modes. I dealt with mentals damn near every day of the week when I was a street cop. And it's horrifying to see somebody in psychosis. Hell, I've watched people in psychosis kill other people right in front of me. I've watched them attempt to kill me. It's relatively horrifying to see someone in psychosis who's having violent episodes like that. Multiply that horror by 10 when it's somebody you love, somebody who's in your own family, in your own household. And so I had no other choice at that time. I had to grab my little Shih Tzu at the time, Cheeky. I had to grab him, and I was able to grab a laptop so I could continue working, and literally had to escape my home on December 2nd of 2022. And I was not able to get access to my home again after numerous court battles until October of 2024. So that house I built, I had custom built. That was my dream home. After I left, that house has been out of my life now for good. It's gone for good. So the way I looked at it back then, I lost my marriage, I lost my home, I really did lose all of my possessions for 2 years, didn't get access to any of my stuff. I left with the clothes on my back, like I said, my dog, my laptop, and I did grab one guitar. So had to start my life all over from then. At the same time, my business was falling apart. So all of a sudden, I experienced a 90% drop in income while I'm having to pay all those bills every month in that big ass house, and all my living expenses for now having left the house and having to start a new life and rent an apartment and all that stuff. At the same time, my health was falling apart. I didn't know it at the time because it all culminated in the Widowmaker heart attack. That's the one I told you about in a previous video, that my 2 largest arteries were both 99% blocked. I did not know that until I had the heart attack, but for all intents and purposes, in a very short period of time, I just lost everything. Um, my my business, my beautiful home that I planned on living there until I died, um, my marriage, my health, everything just fell apart. And I literally, at age 59 um, and age 60, had to start my entire life all over. And while all this stuff is happening, I kept thinking, why is this happening to me? You know, the woe is me, having a pity party, playing the victim. In our society nowadays, victimhood is virtuous, right? The victims are lauded, right? But so here I am, woe is me, why is this happening to me? And just fast forward, not too far down the road from that, that I can look back now, and like we talked about in a previous video, the serendipities that happen when you just decide to move forward. So I decided to move forward with my life. Um, you know, I sure felt like giving up since I had lost everything and was literally at rock bottom. You lose your business, your income, your relationships, your home, all of your possessions, um, uh, my health, to the point where, I should have died. I should be dead. And then shortly after that, lost my little dog, my little Shih Tzu, who was the love of my life. And so, I did feel like quitting a lot of times, and I did do the pity party thing. But I decided that I'm going to move forward. I'm going to start a new life. And that's when all the serendipities started to happening. I will say the serendipities seem to have gone on overdrive shortly after moving to Orlando, and shortly after joining Kissimmee Muscle Gym. And so one of my points is, uh, you know, I've gotten all those things back. Granted, the business problem is not solved yet. I'm still trying to live on 10% of, what I used to make, but um, I'll figure that one out. But everything else, I started an entirely new life. So back then, when I lost everything and was thinking, why is this happening to me? Now with hindsight, I can look back and say that didn't happen to me. That happened for me. Because sometimes when you want to start something new, it's not a simple matter of just starting something new. In my case, it was a matter of all of the old, all of it had to be raised, not R-A-I-S-E-D. I'm talking raised, R-A-Z-E-D, as in destroyed, knocked down to the foundation, to knocking down everything. Everything that was part of my previous life had to be destroyed for me to start over and start a new life. So that's point number one. Point number two, knowing what we know that about all the serendipities that happen and how providence comes into your life when you decide to just make a decision and move towards that decision and towards that goal or dream. Now we know that the universe conspires in our favor when we do that. So the me feeling like, oh, why is this happening to me? It wasn't. It was happening for me. And now that I have that perspective, COVID, the GI issues we've been dealing with, the upper respiratory issues, the pain issues, and now the C word that the guys in white coats are throwing at me. I'm simply not even gonna worry about it. I'm to the point where it's like, Yeah, throw some more at me. I'm gonna keep moving forward because it's not because like I'm super special or superhuman. It's because I know when one starts to move confidently towards a dream or goal, providence comes in and starts propelling you forward and carrying you even, and all these serendipities happen like we talked about in the previous video. All these amazing people will come into your life. So, you know, keep throwing stuff at me. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. However this works out, however the other health issues work out, it is happening for me. The universe conspires in your favor when you make that commitment and just keep moving forward no matter what obstacles are put in your path. So I hope you found that helpful.